Yeah. To be able to even be considered in the NFL draft is an unbelievable blessing and something that I've always dreamed of. From an emotional standpoint, I'm just so thankful. I know that very few people get to have this opportunity. So I told myself going into it that I wouldn't waste, any of this opportunity on any negative emotion, regardless of what that looks like. And so I'm just so thankful to be in this position, to play this great game and play at the professional level. I'm super excited to get a chance to continue to learn and play this great game. And it's something that, I'll never take for granted, and I can't wait to make the most of it.
Thanks, and congrats again, Sam.
Thank you.
Sam, congratulations, man. I just wonder when this day started, were you still thinking that you were going to get picked up, or were you thinking maybe, undrafted? I mean, just what were your thoughts this morning when you woke up?
Yeah, waking up, obviously it was like Christmas morning. Not knowing where I was going to go, but understanding that I did have a good chance of going somewhere was something I was looking forward to. So thankful for this opportunity and something that it's unbelievable, truly.
Steven, go ahead.
Yes, like everyone's saying, congratulations. Have you ever been to Indianapolis, and what are you looking forward to most about getting to play in the NFL?
Yeah, so my first time to Indianapolis was a few weeks ago when I went up for the combine medical evaluations. And so got to spend a little bit of time there. Didn't really leave the hotel because we were in a quarantine bubble for that. But I'm looking forward to just learning and playing at the professional level, learning what it takes to be successful. What better guy than Carson Wentz to be able to learn from? And it's truly an unbelievable opportunity. It's something I've always been dreaming of.
Danny Davis, you're up.
Sam, I'm wondering if you got a chance to reach out to Colt, reach out to Drew, Nick, some of these quarterbacks that you have connections to about what this process was going to be like, and if they gave you any advice about what these last few months were going to be like for you.
I've talked to Colt a good amount. He's been a guy that's always been in my corner and really helped me out through every step of the way. And all those guys have been awesome through this process. So they all just say, stick to being yourself. That's plenty enough. And it's going to be an opportunity of a lifetime, and continue to just be yourself and enjoy it.
Roger Wallace, you're up.
Sam, you said you didn't want to waste any energy on negative emotions. What were the emotions while you're waiting and pick after pick after pick, and you're still not hearing your name?
Yeah, it was certainly a long time coming. Just having to stay in the moment and enjoying the moment, realizing that I was waiting for my name to be called in the NFL draft, something that very few people can say. Obviously, it's something that it can be very easy to let anxious emotions or nervous emotions or disappointment creep up on you, but that was nothing that came upon me. Luckily, I have incredible friends and family that were keeping me in the right state of mind, and it was something that was like, hey, this is such a once in a lifetime opportunity. Just make the most of it, enjoy it, and that's what I tried to do.
Thanks, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Travis Rasick, you're up.
Hey, Sam, pretty crazy that two former Westlake guys go to the same team today. Just thoughts on reuniting with Kylan and maybe speaking a little bit to the talent you guys played around at Westlake, and maybe how that's prepared you as you've moved up through your football career.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that playing at Westlake was something that we took for granted. Playing around a bunch of great players and great coaches. We built a great foundation from high school on, from what it takes to be successful at playing football, and to be able to continue to move on with him and play with him at the next level is something that's so special. And I can't wait to link back up with him. It's something that can't even really put to words.
Anwar, go ahead.
Sam, just like everyone else, congratulations on being drafted. You previously, you guys nicknamed your 2017 class a word that we're not going to use right now, but talk about just the vindication that it feels like to know that you were drafted, Graham was drafted, and Yeah, well, it's been a long time coming. It's been
long process, all the ups and downs together. But there's no other guys that I'd rather go through it with. We've been through so much together, on and off the field, and to see both those guys have the opportunity that they've been dreaming of, and then all be together in this process is something that is so special, and I'm so excited for those guys.
Jeff Howe, go ahead.
Hey, Sam, I know the draft process for everybody this year was wonky with, of COVID restrictions and everything. As far as the Colts specifically, how much contact did you have with Chris Ballard or Frank Reich or anybody at the Colts before today?
That's really hard to say. There were a lot of conversation with a lot of different teams. It's hard to kind of pinpoint, especially in this moment with so many excited emotions. I kind of have to go back and look through my calendar and notebook to see. But there were a lot of incredible conversations with a lot of different teams.
Nick Moyle, go ahead.
Yeah, congrats, Sam. Yeah, I was kind of going to ask sort of this question along the same lines. Did you have any indications that the Colts were eyeing you, and when you were going through this process, were there a few teams that were kind of locked in on you at this point of the draft?
Well, I thought so, but talking with Brandon Jones, who's been with me through thick and thin and kind of been with me through this whole process, he talked to the Dolphins once a few months before the draft. So he was like, don't put any stock into the teams that you're talking to. You never really know. But I always had a good feeling about the Colts. Always had great conversation with them and knew it was a great landing location for me. So it's really hard to say because you just talk to so many different teams and there's so many different outcomes that can happen with trades and picks and things like that. But definitely had a great feeling about the Colts all the way through.
Robert, go ahead.
Yeah, Sam, once again, congratulations. Now looking ahead to your career now in Indianapolis, what excites you the most about joining the team that Chris Ballard's been putting together up there?
I'm just so thankful for the opportunity to go to the Indianapolis Colts, obviously a program that, has incredible a winning tradition and obviously great players on both sides of the ball. And so to be able to have the opportunity to even learn from them, that's kind of what I'm going into it, trying to learn as much as possible to learn what it takes to be successful. And I'm so thankful and can't wait.
Danny Davis, go ahead.
Sam, I don't know what channel you were watching, but I was wondering if you saw the NFL Network clip and your brother's picture being shown so yours, and if he's giving you a hard time about that at all.
No, they did it again. I knew they did it at the Senior Bowl, but I didn't know they did it again.
They did it again today.
Well, good. Jake deserves all the screen time he can get.
Congrats, Sam.
Thank you.
Jeff Howe, go ahead.
Sam, I know you talked a couple times this offseason about, part of the legacy you want to leave at Texas was, leaving the program better than you found it. And as this process has come full circle now, you've got to go back to the spring game and any conversations you've had with Sark. I mean, how do you feel just about that whole, full circle process of wanting to leave the program better than you found it?
Well, I think that everything's headed in the right direction. I think that they got a lot of good talent in place, great coaches, and I can't wait to see what happens this season. I think that they're going to take the next step, and obviously we didn't win a championship, which was our ultimate goal, but I think that things are trending in that direction.
Jake Garcia, go ahead.
Sam, you mentioned just having conversations with Colt throughout this process. Can you take us through what he's told you about what it takes to be a successful quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, I think that, we've had a lot of great conversation, and I'm sure I'll talk to him soon about kind of the next step, because we were always kind of talking this whole process and what that looks like and just taking it day by day and being yourself. But that's been the biggest message. He's always just kind of said, be yourself. Being you is good enough. And so many guys try to fake this personality through the process of trying to be somebody in tights and a shirt and underwear during pro day, but just be yourself, and they'll be able to see that and be able to, see that you're a real one.
Brian Davis, you're up.
Sam, along those lines, Colts hung around for a long time because he's prepared and he knows the playbook. And he knows what he's supposed to do. And that describes you perfectly as well. Do you feel like that has to be the thing? No matter where you land, you're going to be the most prepared, most studied up on tape, and have everything locked down?
Yeah, no doubt. I will always be prepared to my utmost ability. If there's anything presented to me, I will I will maximize whatever that looks like and try to help the team in whatever way that looks like to win. And I will always be prepared as much as possible. And obviously, Colt's done a great job of having a long career in the NFL. And he's definitely someone I would love to emulate. And I can't wait for what's to come.
Taylor, you're up.
Congrats, Sam. I think now that you're moving on, what is the one moment that you could point to that you would say would be the most memorable or most defining moments of your career at Texas?
That's tough. Most defining moment. I don't know. Taylor, you always stump me.
Sorry.
It's all good. You got great questions. I don't know about most defining, but I would say the Sugar Bowl was a moment that I'll never forget.